Today on the newscast, Israel on the brink of all-out war against terror groups in Gaza. Get all the breaking details coming up. Hey folks, Erick Stakelbeck here. Welcome to a breaking news edition of the Watchman Newscast. As I said in the lead-in, Israel is on the brink of a potential full-scale war against terror groups in Gaza, led of course by Hamas, which rules the Gaza Strip with an iron fist, and another Iran-backed terror proxy, Palestinian Islamic Jihad. Both of those terror organizations have bombarded Israel over the past 3 days with over 1,200 rockets. Now, as I'm coming to you right now, it is 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the United States, which means it's about 6:30 p.m. in Israel. Things really start to heat up, though, at nighttime in Israel when the rockets really start falling out of Gaza. That's why today we will be coming to you with a Watchman Newscast live stream. That's right, a bit later today, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern, we will be coming to you live right here on the Watchman Newscast. Our YouTube channel will be the scene as we bring live analysis, commentary, and updates on everything that is going on in Israel right now. We expect it to be a very busy night, unfortunately, when it comes to rockets being launched into Israel and the Israel Defense Forces responding. So again, that's between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern Time today. Do not miss it. We'll have a live chat going on in real time at nighttime in Israel when things are sure to flare up. But here is what we know so far. Before we get to the live stream later today, I just wanted to bring you this quick update to get you up to speed. Number one, this is the third day of massive exchanges between the terror groups in Gaza and the Israel Defense Forces. Again, over 1,200 rockets have been launched from Gaza against Israel. And folks, those rockets have not only reached their usual targets, sadly, southern Israel, places like Sderot and the kibbutzim and the communities around southern Israel, Ashkelon, which has been targeted before, but really has been borne the brunt this time around. Ashkelon, just north of the Gaza Strip along the Mediterranean coast, has been absolutely bombarded. Not only that, these rockets have reached central Israel in a major way. In particular, Tel Aviv has been targeted. Some 70%, I believe, of the Israeli population lives in and around that Tel Aviv metropolitan area. Tel Aviv is a red line, and Jerusalem, of course, is a red line as well. Some 7 rockets were launched at Jerusalem on Monday, but now Tel Aviv seems to be in the sights of these Iran-backed proxies who are launching these rockets at such a rapid clip. At one point yesterday, Hamas launched over 130 rockets in a 5-minute span. That gives you an idea of what Israel is up against. But now Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas issued a joint statement today, Wednesday, May 12th, warning that Haifa, which is even beyond Tel Aviv, even further up Israel's Mediterranean coast, and the city of Eilat, which is a tourist attraction, it's Israel's southernmost point. So to the furthest points north and the furthest points south, Hamas and Islamic Jihad are threatening to rain down rockets as well. Really, this conflict right now, folks, covers the entire state of Israel. Remember, the state of Israel is roughly the size of the state of New Jersey. That gives you an idea of Israel's precarious borders. And this is an all-out onslaught with the full blessing, key point here, by the Iranian regime. More on that in a second before we close, but some more numbers for you. At least 6 Israelis have been killed, civilians. Also, an Israeli soldier was killed by an anti-tank missile today launched by Hamas. Also, we've had some 53 Palestinians at last count killed. The Israel Defense Forces says the vast majority were Hamas and Islamic Jihad operatives who, again, I made this point on yesterday's newscast and I'll say it again, they willingly and gladly used, does Hamas, Islamic Jihad, civilians, women, children, the elderly, as human shields. How courageous. But that's how they do what they do there. Israel has responded to this onslaught, obviously with major airstrikes against Hamas and Islamic Jihad targets in Gaza. And the goal right now, folks, And as I speak, as I come to you again, it's around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the United States. Israel's Security Cabinet is meeting right now, and it seems like the goal is to target the leadership of Hamas and Islamic Jihad. Now, yesterday we reported here in the newscast, you can check it out in our archives, that 3 Islamic Jihad commanders were taken out, including the head of their rocket unit. So hopefully that was a heavy blow to that terror movement. Now we've learned that 6 Hamas commanders have also been taken out in Israeli strikes, and these commanders were reportedly close to the head of Hamas's military wing, a guy by the name of Mohammed Daif. Israel has been looking to take Daif out now for years. He is, again, the head of the Qassam Brigades, Hamas's military wing. He's been on the run, in hiding, a very shadowy figure, but 6 commanders close to him. These were significant losses, significant blows to Hamas. They were taken out today, so Israel is responding forcefully, and I believe if these rockets continue, you'll continue to see the leadership of Hamas targeted. All bets are off right now. We're in a new space here. We're in a new situation, folks, in that all of Israel is being bombarded by these Hamas and Islamic Jihad rockets. This is the biggest exchange since 2014. Back then, in the summer of 2014, yes, some rockets were fired in the direction of Jerusalem, Haifa, and Tel Aviv, but this is an all-out barrage. Clearly, Hamas and Islamic Jihad have upped their game in the past 7 years. We'll have much more on that coming up on our live stream. That's 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Join us right here on the Watchman YouTube channel. We will have a live chat between 4 and 5 p.m. Eastern Time. In real time, we'll bring you analysis, commentary, and updates on what is going on in Israel. It's going to be a very eventful night, I believe, in Israel, and we will be coming to you live as events unfold. Do not miss it right here, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, God bless you. Thanks for joining us. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Pray for all of Israel right now because they truly need it. And until 4 p.m., the live stream right here, never hold your peace. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Watchman Newscast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, click subscribe, and tap the bell icon to turn on notifications for new Watchman Newscast episodes every weekday.